In 2026, the AFC just cracked wide open again, and the Houston Texans are not waiting for an invitation. They are built to take it all. Nobody saw this coming so soon. A team that keeps knocking on the door in the playoffs, only to watch paths they earned slip away to the Patriots and the Seahawks, now stands one strong season from turning heads across the entire league. The heartbreak from those divisional round exits still lingers, but it fuels something bigger. This is no longer a young team dreaming, this is a roster ready to explode. What makes it real is the foundation already in place. DeMeco Ryans has that defense playing fast and mean, with Will Anderson Jr. blowing up pockets and setting the tone for everyone. On the other side, CJ Stroud leads an offense loaded with playmakers like Tank Dell and Jalen Knoll, and backed by smart additions that scream serious intent. Young pieces like Ariante Ursery locking down the line, tough runners such as Woody Marks and Nick Chubb when he is right, plus depth moves like keeping Davis Mills steady and adding sparks like Brandon Codrington. It all adds up to a group that does not need years, just the right pushes in the right spots. But here is what could flip the script completely. One move that would make every defensive coordinator lose sleep and change how this offense attacks every single down. Smash that like button if you are riding with the Texans this year, subscribe for more daily NFL breakdowns, and let us hit 300 likes to keep this rolling. Because if Houston pulls this off, 2026 becomes the year the league finally feels the full force coming. One addition could turn the Houston Texans offense from dangerous to downright scary, and his name is Breece Hall. Stuck in a struggling Jet system, he still ripped off 1,000 plus yards rushing at around 4.5 yards per carry, then added hundreds more as a receiver, all while everyone knew the run was coming. That is not just production. That is the kind of talent that forces defenses to pick their poison every single play. Bring him into an offense with CJ Stroud throwing to playmakers and a defense that keeps handing over short fields, and everything shifts. Boxes stack up heavier, play action starts hitting deep, second downs get shorter, third downs feel easier, and the whole unit stays on the field longer. Suddenly, the line fires off the ball with attitude, the quarterback gets cleaner looks, and DeMeco Ryans gets his defense back out there fresh for the fourth quarter. It is the missing hammer that makes every other weapon hit harder. Right now, the backfield gets the job done with tough pieces like Woody Marks grinding out yards, Nick Chubb delivering power when healthy, Dare Ogunbowale catching passes, and Jahar Jordan flashing big runs. They contribute no doubt, but no one in that group makes coordinators scrap their entire plan. Land Breece Hall though, and the AFC feels the shake. Even if that move does not happen, one side of the ball is already built to carry championships, and it starts with a defense nobody wants to face. The Houston Texans defense does not just play games, it dominates them. And DeMeco Ryans deserves every bit of credit for building something truly special. This unit flies around the field, hits hard, and takes the ball away at a rate that makes quarterbacks second-guess every throw. Year after year, they show up when the lights shine brightest in the playoffs, holding teams down and keeping everything within reach. That reliability changes the entire feel of close contests. When the defense hands the offense short fields and forces punts or turnovers, every little slip-up elsewhere hurts twice as much. A missed block, a dropped pass, a bad kick return, those turn into the plays fans remember because this group refuses to let opponents run away with games. It is championship level already, the kind that carries teams deep into January without apology. The league knows it too, even if they will not say it loud yet. Opponents respect what Will Anderson Jr. and this crew bring every snap. Inc. setting a standard that demands the rest of the roster rises up fast. Because as strong as this side stands, one key area on offense still holds the key to unlocking everything. And it all starts up front where protection can make or break the biggest moments. Up front is where the Houston Texans face their toughest test yet. Because everything this offense wants to do lives or dies with the big guys in the trenches. Protection breaks down too often, runs get stuffed early, and those issues turn promising drives into quick punts far too many times. The league sees it clear as day, and until this group locks in, questions will keep swirling no matter how talented the skill players look. Some pieces already point toward real progress. Ariante Ursary grabbed that left tackle spot and held it down strong after the change from Laramie Tunsil, showing the kind of growth that could anchor one side for years. Veterans like Titus Howard bring steady experience to the mix, while younger names such as Juice Scruggs, Jarrett Patterson, and Kenyon Green keep developing with flashes of what could come next. It is not broken, just not fully clicked yet. Fix this area and the whole team feels the lift. Cleaner pockets, stronger ground attack, fewer rush decisions. Nick Caserio keeps adding bodies and competition, pushing for that breakthrough. But all of it ties straight back to one player who carries more weight than anyone this season. The quarterback facing the moment that could define his entire future in Houston. And this season puts CJ Stroud square in the spotlight like never before, because every snap now carries the weight of proving he belongs among the absolute best. No more talk of potential or early promise. This is about stepping up as the clear leader who turns tight games into wins when January rolls around. One strong run deep into the playoffs could silence every doubt and cement his place for years. The money side makes it even bigger. A breakout year means Houston has to decide soon on a massive extension that lines him up with giants like Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, or Justin Herbert. The kind of deal that locks in top dollar for half a decade. Fall short, and the conversations shift to options or tags, changing how the front office builds everything around him. It is not just about plays, it is about value that could swing millions. For CJ Stroud to grab that next level, he needs reliable options and clean looks that let his talent take over without constant pressure. Two battles in particular hold the key to giving him exactly that support, starting with a tight end room where one player could unlock a whole new dimension for this passing attack. The tight end spot might quietly hold the power to make this Houston Texans offense unpredictable and tough to stop, especially if one player steps forward to own it fully. Cade Stover sits right in the middle of that fight, bringing real chemistry from his college days, throwing with CJ Stroud, and now the chance to turn that connection into something defenses hate facing every week. This room stays crowded with talent pushing each other hard. Dalton Schultz delivers consistent hands and route running as the veteran presence, while Brevin Jordan keeps flashing big playability whenever he stays healthy and gets chances. For Cade Stover to rise above, he has to tie it all together, strong blocking in the run game, solid help in protection, and sure catches when the pressure builds and his quarterback needs a quick outlet. Get that full package from him and plays open up everywhere, keeping the same guys on the field to hide what is coming next and forcing mistakes from confused defenses. It adds layers this attack desperately wants. Yet even the best tight end cannot win those razor-thin playoff battles alone, because the real separators often come from spots most fans overlook until the field flips in an instant. Playoff games often come down to plays nobody draws up on the whiteboard, and that is where a spark like Brandon Codrington could steal yards and swing entire outcomes for the Houston Texans. A big return flips field position in a heartbeat, turns decent drives into scoring range, and gives the offense extra breaths while wearing down the opponent. Those hidden gains add up fast, turning close losses into wins without the stars ever needing to force a thing. Quarterback depth stands out even more in a league full of teams scrambling for any reliable option behind center. Holding on to Davis Mills gives Houston something rare, a proven backup who knows the system inside out and can step in without the whole season crumbling. Other clubs chase scraps or rookies just to fill the spot. But this move protects the biggest investment on the roster and keeps focus on pushing forward. Nick Caserio builds with that same smart eye across the board, stacking quiet advantages that protect the core and extend this window wide open. Every choice points to a front office all in on now, and it all circles back to three players carrying the heaviest loads this year, the ones whose growth could launch this team into something the league cannot ignore. Everything this Houston Texans team builds toward in 2026 boils down to three names carrying the biggest burdens and the brightest spotlights. CJ Stroud steps up first, tasked with proving he can command the biggest stages and deliver in those cold January nights like the elite few do. Then Blake Fisher fights to claim that right tackle spot for good, turning himself into the rock-solid protector who keeps pressure off and lets the franchise quarterback cook without chaos. Cade Stover rounds it out in the tight end battle, needing to master every part of the job to become that versatile weapon who blocks with power, slips into routes, and gives reliable targets when the play breaks down. Each one holds a piece that could click the offense into a higher gear, erasing those old doubts about margins and missed chances. Their leaps decide if this roster stays knocking or finally kicks the door down. If these three rise up together, 2026 launches a run that puts the league on notice for years. Houston becomes that dangerous force everyone feared was coming. Drop your bold prediction for their record this year in the comments. Smash like if you believe in this team. Just subscribe and hit notifications for more daily NFL fire. The Texans era starts now.